Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a crackling bonfire under a starry sky, the quiet hum of cicadas in the summer air. Around the fire, a group of adventurers sits, unlikely companions who have been through thick and thin, battling monsters, solving mysteries, or maybe just searching for a place to belong. At first glance, they may seem straightforward, the hot-headed swordsman, the aloof magician, the cheerful healer. But then someone speaks, low and hesitantly, a confession about a moment long forgotten, a moment that defines who they truly are. The swordsman wasn't born a warrior. He fought to survive on the streets after losing everything dear to him. The magician wasn't born distant. She is haunted by the failure to save someone she loved. Suddenly, your eyes widen. You knew these characters, or at least you thought you did, but now they feel alive, achingly real. This right here is the beauty of crafting characters with hidden depths. The kind of characters who surprise us with their vulnerability, who linger in our minds long after their stories end. Welcome. Today, we're diving deep into the art of crafting characters with hidden depths, those compelling creations who, like onions, have layers waiting to be peeled back, only for more layers to emerge. Think of this as if we were writing a story straight out of an anime, the genre that excels at characters whose hidden truths unfold in ways that leave us breathless. So, how do we make this magic happen? First, let's start with the foundation, surface personas. Here's the thing. Your characters should almost never announce who they truly are from the very beginning. In the realm of storytelling, first impressions matter, and often, the most captivating characters fool us at first glance. Think of Levi Ackerman from Attack on Titan, a stoic, precise, unflinchingly capable soldier, right? That's what we see initially. His movements are sharp, his tone clipped, his demeanor exudes authority. But scratch the surface just a little. Beneath all that precision, a man with deeply rooted fears and a quiet reverence for those he cannot save. A man shaped by a tragic childhood and the ghosts of the people he couldn't protect. We thought we knew Levi as a one-note soldier, but he wasn't. He had woven threads of love, loss, and unspoken grief hidden beneath his exterior. Surface personas are crucial because they act as a mask, a facade that allows your characters to interact with the story world while leaving curiosity in their wake. What lies behind that mask? That becomes the fuel for the audience's investment. And the beauty is, a mask doesn't have to be cold. Sometimes it's warm, overly charming, or ridiculously goofy, a barrier against a darker truth lurking beneath. Imagine, for example, a bubbly shopkeeper in a fantasy village, always laughing and offering customers advice. In their downtime, they're still cheerful. They cook meals for orphans, put on street performances, and sing silly love ballads at the pub. But one day, someone notices scars running up their arms. A fellow character asks quietly where they came from. The shopkeeper hesitates before revealing that the village was once attacked by raiders, and they stepped in to protect the children, battling for hours until the threat withdrew. They laugh while recounting the story, pretending it doesn't bother them, but anyone paying attention knows how deep their trauma runs. Suddenly, that bubbly persona feels like armor, a way to protect both themselves and the people they care about. Doesn't that image stick with you, pulling at your emotions? That's hidden depth. Now we layer in the second key element, contradictions and complexity. Here's the rule. Every memorable character contains contradictions because humans themselves are walking contradictions. The anime world thrives on this interplay. Take someone like Rurouni Kenshin's titular character, Himura Kenshin. He's gentle, soft-spoken, almost unassuming, but it clashes starkly with his past as Batasai the Manslayer, who slew hundreds during his time as an assassin. At first glance, you see Kenshin's kindness in everything he does, his desire to protect others, his refusal to kill, his self-deprecating humor. But when Kenshin is triggered, when a situation undermines his sense of justice or his past rears its ugly head, you briefly see the Batosai in his eyes, sharp, lethal, and full of haunting regret. Here's where the magic lies. Complexity turns characters into puzzles, not checklists, and contradictions often stem from deep emotional roots, the tragedies they've endured, their desperate hopes, their flaws, and their victories. The swordsman who saves lives because he secretly loathes himself has depth. The villain who destroys nations in search of redemption for an irrevocable sin has depth. And the healer who smiles at everyone while crying herself to sleep, fearing she can't heal her own heart. She too has depth. When audience members recognize a contradiction, when they start pulling at the threads, it builds anticipation. Will the character conquer their demons or succumb to them? No character's struggles, motivations, or fears should be fully unveiled in a single scene. Take Kaori Miyazono from Your Lie in April. At first glance, she's portrayed as a spirited, impulsive violinist who brings life back to the subdued protagonist, Kosei. She's larger than life, full of optimism, and rarely falters in her glowing demeanor. But slowly, with the tiniest of moments, you catch glimpses of Kaori's vulnerability. How she looks in the mirror with an unreadable expression. How her smiles falter when others aren't watching. By the time her truth is revealed, her own health struggles, her fragility, her hidden depths hit you like a tidal wave. Why? Because you've come to care for her through the gradual buildup, through moments where her humanity shone in between the cracks. Never underestimate the power of pacing revelation. Think of your story as a candlelit room, each flicker of light revealing a new shadow, a new detail. Maybe your character's hidden depths emerge through moments of shared warmth, a drunken confession late at night. Maybe through moments of pressure, where they break down in frustrated tears after losing control. Or maybe it's through shocking revelations, when their deepest secrets are forced out into the open by confrontation. No matter how, the key is to let the audience earn the truths hidden within your characters. That emotional payoff, it's priceless. Finally, let's back up and reflect on perhaps the most important aspect, motivations born of pain and hope. Characters with hidden depths often carry with them an emotional core that drives them, something rooted in their pain, their hope, or a complex blend of both. Pain gives us sympathy. Hope gives us a desire to see them rise. These aren't opposites, they're complementary forces dancing together. Think of Taiga Aisaka from Toradora. Beneath her sharp tongue and violent outbursts is an insecurity rooted in loneliness, a fear that nobody would ever truly embrace her for who she is. She hurts others not because she enjoys it, but because she's afraid of getting hurt first. And yet, it's her hope that makes her so compelling, her desire to find love, friendship, and understanding, even if she struggles to express it. It's this combination, the jagged edges of her pain mixed with that tender kernel of hope, that transforms her from cliché into something unforgettable. When writing your character, ask yourself, what broken pieces are they carrying? What unyielding hopes keep them moving forward despite their scars? So, there you have it. Crafting characters with hidden depths is about starting with a mask, layering in contradictions, revealing truths one flicker at a time, and grounding them in emotional complexity born of both pain and hope.